Hello everyone, it's Richard Lewis here again with another video, and as you can see I've finally got moved. Apologies for the Spartan setup at the moment. I'm obviously in an empty room in an empty house back in the UK, but there's too much going on in the world of esports and gaming to stay gone for too long. So this is going to be my new office, and we're going to put a bunch of crazy crap on the walls. You know how it is, some Funko Pops or whatever. If you want to be a real YouTuber, you got to have shit in the background. But in the meantime, I've managed to jerry-rig a microphone, jerry-rig some monitors, take a PC that's good enough to record, get that set up. TSA smashed to fucking pieces my gaming rig that I brought with me. Not going to get compensation for that, so probably going to start streaming a hell of a lot more. But anyway, we're set up. So for now, it's going to be garbage. The lighting's trash. The audio's going to be trash. The camera's a webcam. But fuck it. I think, production value, yeah, we've scaled up over the years, but we can go back to how it used to be for a few videos, can't we? And the show must go on, as they say. Anyway, what am I going to be talking about today? Well, man, it's Activision Blizzard again, because of course it is. And this stupefying series of decisions they keep making, which it's not just them, to be fair. It's all corporations in America right now, where they keep giving in to this tiny, 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 insignificant minority of trolls and sometimes racists and sometimes bad people, and they make fundamental whole cloth changes that kind of like give validity to those pieces of shit. And it all comes back to what probably is 4chan's most successful hoax of all time. I'm of course talking about how the latest Call of Duty has now took the decision to remove any reference to the OK symbol from the game. And of course, if you play the game, you know that this was something you could do as an emote. Obviously, it's something that people could do to have a bit of fun when they were trolling people. And stealthily, they didn't even bother with a press release here. I mean, this is like, they're not even trying to score virtue brownie points publicly. They just patched it out and didn't say anything. So this is the report on Game Rant, I should say, sorry. I wanted to use this because, look, we've got a young, buff Rich Evans from Red Letter Media. If he hadn't have become a hack shill talking about movies and got locked into a suicide pact with Mike, this is how he might have looked if he was a mercenary. It's incredible. But anyway, you can see the report here. I'll just read it to you. It's very brief because obviously there's not really a lot more to the story beyond what I've told you. The big mid-season update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone made quite a few changes that were detailed in the patch notes. However, as is typical of big Call of Duty updates, some secret changes were made as well. As part of the latest update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward has seemingly removed the OK gesture from the game, and while an official reason hasn't been given, it's likely it has something to do with how the symbol has become popular with white supremacists. I mean, this is a falsehood, by the way. It hasn't become popular with white supremacists. I'll show you why that's a lie. What has happened is the media have been hoaxed into believing that, and no one in the media can ever admit they're wrong. So now we have to pretend that actually what they were saying was right. They could have put their hands up 2 years ago when it happened and just said, yeah, we're fucking idiots. We got trolled by 4chan again, and we could have just got on with our lives. Instead, this has somehow now become some sort of terrible symbol. And I'm sick and tired of the arguments that I hear from people. We'll get to those in a minute. But you can see here, for the uninitiated, a 4chan hoax to turn the OK gesture into a hate symbol has actually worked. Listen to the insanity of that sentence. A hoax that we know is a hoax has worked. How? Can anyone explain to me how a hoax is a hoax works? Like if I pick, listen, there's UFOs outside. Like if I'm doing a fucking War of the World style radio cast, and I hoax people into believing there's aliens, and then I say, oh, by the way, there's no aliens, and they come out and they go, oh yeah, there is no aliens. We know it's a hoax, but we're just going to pretend as if aliens exist now because we're too stubborn and stupid to admit we got hoaxed. Like, it's fucking madness. Like I feel like I am actually insane. Like to read things like this. And listen, I understand games are a fantasy. I understand their escapism. So I have never been one of those people that makes the argument about realism. I think in historical simulations, it's optimal. It's not even necessary. You can have exaggerations. Total War, for example, do that. They combine history with some exaggerative elements, so it's more contemporary. I'm okay with that. But what I will just say is to pretend that the OK symbol now only either means okay or in this modern Twitterati, wokistani world that we all have to operate in, this mad, insane American cultural elitism that is foisted on everyone else in the world. The idea that it means that now, it means something awful, that gesture, it does seem to me to be ridiculous when you consider all the many military and emergency services and police services, things like this. They all use the OK symbol to mean okay, and they have a very good reason for doing it. Often tactically, you need to be silent or things like this. There's even a video on YouTube showing all of the tactical hand gestures that people in the military use, and guess fucking what? Yes, the OK symbol is there.
Hi, my name is Officer Jim Wagner, and I am a law enforcement officer in Southern California. If you have received a message and you want to acknowledge it, simply put out the OK symbol. Let them know that you received it. Always acknowledge every hand signal, whether you don't understand or whether you do understand. You got to give one or the other so you can make sure that your teammates are properly doing what you want them to do or what they want you to do.
You're a racist.
And just to talk about how this relates to Activision Blizzard holistically in their policies that they've been implementing of late, I'll take you back to what they were doing in the Overwatch League, where they went a little bit off the deep end. Obviously, they made an incredible inclusive game, which I'm all for. They made a game that has multiple diverse characters from different backgrounds, different cultures, different ethnicities, all fantastic. Great stuff. A real achievement for representation in gaming. But they also went off the deep end when it came to their broadcasts and how they were interacting with fans. You know, they were confiscating signs with a cartoon frog on with a Pepe on it because Hillary Clinton in 2016 said it's a hate symbol because Donald Trump's son tweeted it out. That's how we have to live now. Hillary Clinton has even deleted it off her website. She's that ashamed of how ridiculous it is. But because journalists and the media refuse to accept that they can be wrong, there isn't this great menace, there's not this great resurgence of racism, we all have to play along and pretend. So there's no Pepe the Frog. And they actually did ban the OK symbol. They told fans, if you attend and you are doing this, you are going to get thrown out of the venue, and here it is there over on Deserto. You can see the Overwatch League has banned the OK hand symbol from the Blizzard Arena after a viewer complained on Twitter about the symbol's perceived connection with hate groups. And this was reported by my colleague Rod Breslau. He's blown up lately. Some of you will probably know him. You will have seen him tweet about the various esports things. That's what he does. Pretty much operates only on Twitter. He doesn't do videos or write articles or anything like that. But he tweeted out about it. And this reaction was just unbelievable. You can see who was that human trash flashing the white power hands signal during the interview with Decay. Hope they're banned from going to further matches. Now, let's be clear. There's another meaning, which again is way ahead of white supremacy in the meaning pecking order. White supremacy is the last one because it's not real, because it's a fucking hoax. So the circle game. People play the circle game. And people go, oh, Richard, the rules of the circle game mean it has to be below your waist, and then you get to free punch. Right, listen, people just do the circle anywhere now. They do it up here, they do it down there, and the point of the game is if you notice, haha, you've lost the game. So obviously somebody in the audience, held it up in the background while they were doing an interview because, I mean, they're being a dickhead while there's a camera there. That's human nature. It's got nothing to do with fucking white power. And you can see as we scroll down, I was the fan throwing up the OK symbol. I want to apologize for not knowing the context behind it. The super fans have been using it for the old Gotham game all season. So again, it was an extension of the circle game, now called the Gotham game. Weird how that works. Generations of kids, it was all different. I mean, we didn't used to do, below the waist and it was above the waist. Rules change. I mean, the circle game wasn't even necessarily something we did generationally in the UK, but we did have a variant of it. So anyway, I replied at that time, just saying the context is a small group of trolls have spread disinformation on the internet. There's been repeated as fact by idiots. There's nothing to apologize for. Everyone with a brain knows what the circle game and the OK symbol is, and that it has no links to anything negative. I have been incredibly consistent in my views on this. It is a test for idiots. It is a fucking test for idiots. If you think the OK symbol has anything to do with white supremacy, you're a moron, you've been duped, you've been hoaxed, and you're obviously susceptible to media lies infiltrating your mind. I'm not playing that shit. I'm just not going to do it because it's absurd. Now, the brouhaha that came up as a result of the OK gesture being shown at an Overwatch game and Blizzard taking the decision to ban it, it was meaned on because everybody with half a brain, except these fucking woke corporations that are desperate to appeal to the most vocal consumers they can, because ultimately it costs them nothing to sort of remove, to play along with the lie that these are bad symbols. But it could cost them everything if they refuse and stand up to the mob. That's why they do these things. They're corporations. They only care about profit. Activision Blizzard doesn't give a fuck, by the way, about human dignity or human life. They regularly do business with China. They are beholden to China in many ways. They are a disgrace. So, but let's just see how this was sort of encapsulated and summarized by the Score Esports. It's nice to feature a Score Esports video in one of my videos, considering they always are talking about reporting I've done. So it's a nice little bit of role reversal. But it's probably the most embarrassing video they ever put out, and not just because of what the content is, but because the guy in it, and you can smell the soy through the screen, is also saying, I used to be like you guys, and then I did some research. Just listen to this shit.
Doing the OK hand gesture is not okay. Blizzard was right to ban it, and I'll explain why. Over the weekend, Blizzard made headlines for reportedly banning fans at Overwatch League events from making the OK hand gesture after one fan threw one up during an interview with LA Gladiators DPS player Decay. And guess what? Blizzard was right to ban it. I know what you're thinking. It's just a harmless hand sign. Zenyatta does it in one of his win poses. It's a spray in the game. It's nothing. The problem is that it might seem innocuous, but it's been co-opted by people with ties to white supremacist movements. And I know some of you are already in the comments telling me that it's not a white supremacist symbol, it's all just a meme, and I'm an idiot. But listen, calm down. I was like you a week ago, and then I did some research and found out what's really going on here.
All right, so now I know what some of you are going to be saying. You guys are going to be saying, well, Richard, the ADL added it to their hate symbol database right next to Pepe the Cartoon Frog. So, sorry, Richard, you're clearly on the side of the racists. You're a disgrace. Why don't we actually read what the ADL said when they added this? And you can see here, the OK hand gesture, in which the thumb and index finger touch while the other fingers of the hand are held outstretched, is an obvious and ancient gesture that has arisen in many cultures over the years with different meanings. Mostly, by the way, all of the meanings have been positive, agreement. I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me. My well-being's fine. How are you doing? Almost entirely every culture for centuries has given it that meaning. Today, in a usage that dates to it as early as the 17th century Great Britain, it's used way before. You can see they talk about Hindu and Buddhist symbols here. It really is an ancient symbol. Use of the OK symbol in most contexts is entirely innocuous and harmless. In 2017, the OK hand gesture acquired a new and different significance thanks to a hoax by members of the website 4chan to falsely promote the gesture as a hate symbol, claiming that the gesture represents the letters WP for white power. The OK gesture hoax was merely the latest in a series of similar 4chan hoaxes using various innocuous symbols. In each case, the hoaxers hoped that the media and liberals would overreact by condemning a common image as white supremacist. In the case of the OK gesture, the hoax was so successful, the symbol became a popular trolling tactic on the part of right-leaning individuals who would often post photos to social media of themselves posing while making the OK gesture. Ironically, some white supremacists themselves soon participated in the trolling tactics, lending an actual credence to those who labeled the trolling gesture as racist in nature. Right, so let's just assess this, what was happening. Why do you take these benign symbols? Why would anyone take these benign symbols and pretend they were racist? And it is because here's what a lot of these people in the culture war, as it's called, the culture war is essentially a group of, let's distill the culture war down to what it is. It's people who are sick of being told that there's something inherently wrong with them due to some immutable quality, that they're secret racists, that their opinions can never be uttered in any way, shape, or form, even if they're really benign and not awful opinions, that there is only one orthodox form of thought that is woke, and if you do not subscribe to it, you are a bigot, you are a racist, you need to be deplatformed, you need to be punished, you need to be penalized, you need to be cancelled, you need to be shamed. And the people who have these social media platforms that enable them to do that, and the mainstream media themselves, will engage in these particular types of tactics. On the other side, you have a bunch of people who are many of them well-meaning, but they are so convinced that there is something fundamentally evil lurking beneath the surface of society that they cannot conceive that anybody would have a different opinion to them, maybe wouldn't share their views on a particular hot-button topic, that they have to go out there and they have to fight. And that when something benign as that is happening, well, it can't be benign, because they don't believe that people are sort of fundamentally good. They believe anyone who doesn't think that they do is bad and bad for society and would do terrible things if given power or authority or dominion. So here's what happens. That nature, that belief, means that you will overreact, because to you it's a life or death situation. So when somebody puts something like this out there into cyberspace and it's a hoax, people lose their shit. I have seen papers inaccurately report that political figures are doing this. The reason and meaning white power, and it's a lie, and they should all get sued. The reason as well why they pick the OK symbol is because, first of all, it's ubiquitous across culture and old, but also Donald Trump used to do it a lot when he was giving his speeches, and so as a result of that, guess what happens? Yes, because the orange man does it, then it must be secretly racist. So that amped up the media to push the lie. So essentially, we're in a situation here now where we knew it was a hoax, it was openly a hoax, but because the hoax perpetuated the narrative that one side of the argument wanted, we're all supposed to play along with the hoax. And even the 4chan guys are like, well, we didn't expect it to get this far. I kind of wish it didn't, in a way. A lot of people on 4chan are like, yeah, this fucking sucks. But, you know, when we do push these things out there, there's no one to push back. There's no one to say the media are being hysterical, because the media are all the people who would be saying that. They're the people who drive the moral panics to keep you clicking on their products and keep you consuming their news and their version of the truth. And that's just how we have to live. So we end up in this ridiculous situation where everyone knows it's bullshit, but everyone has to pretend it's real. And I'm just not going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend. It's not real. It's a hoax, and everyone's an idiot. And then the other counter argument people will use is they'll go, but hasn't it been used by actual white supremacist shooters, like the piece of shit that shot up a mosque in New Zealand at Christchurch? Well, let me just also contextualize that. And if you read the manifesto, which very bizarrely, it was pulled off the internet. This is like the first time I've ever seen this as a protocol. It was pulled off the internet, and journalists were not allowed to mention it, share it, quote it. Very, very weird. And people, I mean, if I'm a reporter, I would want to report the facts. I would want to report the facts of what happened and why, maybe try and get to the motivations of why this person did it and try and find out if they were tied to other groups or other ideologies. No, it was pulled off the internet. People were sued for hosting it. People were hit with cease and desists by the New Zealand government. And so a lot of people don't know what was in the manifesto. Now, this is from The Atlantic. In 2019, the Shooter's Manifesto was designed to troll. And this guy, yes, he did flash the OK symbol. He also said, subscribe to PewDiePie. Do you know why? It was one of the most popular uttered phrases on the internet at that moment in time when he took that vile decision to perpetrate the evil that he did. It was one of the most popular phrases on the internet. So why did he say it? He said before he actually committed the crime. Remember, lads, subscribe to PewDiePie. Now, like, he said that because of its popularity, because the media had gone after PewDiePie before. People at the time were accusing PewDiePie of being racist for trying to drive having more subscribers than those Indian YouTubers that he was in a race with. People had said, we said the N-word before, so he's a secret Nazi. There was a lot of, there was a groundswell of hysteria about PewDiePie. And so when he said this, he knew, and it explicitly said in his manifesto that he was an accelerationist. If you don't know what an accelerationist is, he was somebody who wanted to stoke division and tension between left-leaning people, right-leaning people, centrists, and he wanted them to get so angry and agitated that they had this fundamental clash, and people got so pissed off that it would lead to more violence. That was his plan. In that manifesto, he said he was radicalized by fucking Spyro the Dragon. There was some nonsense in there. And this was recognized at the time. Now you're not allowed to even go back and contextualize what was going on at that time. Yeah, we don't say subscribe to PewDiePie. But PewDiePie was under so much pressure, and I think he did the right thing, frankly, but he dropped the whole subscribe to PewDiePie thing because, yes, once a mass murderer says something like that and uses your brand to promote what he's doing, you probably do want to distance yourself from that for obvious fucking reasons. But people went one step further and were then saying, well, PewDiePie's radicalized someone. No, fuck off. It's an outrageous assertion. So this is why you shouldn't play along with shit like this, because the people, the bad people that want to drive this division and stoke this undercurrent of violence, which we're starting to see spilling over in America. We all fully support the George Floyd movement. We all support the movement for a lack of police brutality, the movement to elevate Black lives to a point of equality. We all support that, right? But what we maybe don't support is things that was going on in Seattle, Chaz. Maybe we don't support that. Maybe we don't support civilians essentially being held hostage where they live by a group of radical lefties and the local government seemingly being complicit. And now people are dead as a result of that. And that ill feeling will spill over and it will beget more violence. So this is what accelerationists are trying to do when they hijack these memes. And when you play along with it, You are giving them what they want. So it is bitterly disappointing, and I mean bitterly disappointing, but not surprising to see Activision Blizzard play along with this. And I just want to get back to a point of normality. I want to get back to a point where we can say, listen, 2 + 2 is fucking 4. Like, what are we doing here? We know it's a hoax. We know this isn't a hate symbol, and the people who use it in 99.99999 all the way down are doing it for the reasons that it was intended. We just shouldn't be amplifying bad actors, bad voices, people who want us to get angry and agitated about things like this. It's a very dangerous game that everyone's playing, and frankly, the information's out there that we should all know better. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on that. Again, apologies about the ghetto nature of the video. I also realize I need a fucking haircut so unbelievably badly. But then again, you all thought I was fucking bald. So there it is. And so if you like this video, go check out some of the others, the ones that actually have some sort of production value and things in the background. And there's going to be more coming over the next few days now that I've got situated. And in a month, when my stuff arrives from America, we'll have good, nice sounding, nice looking videos again. Until then, throw me a like, throw me a subscription, tell me what you think about it down below, share your thoughts, and I will catch you on the next video.